Hey all, Steve here. I want to introduce you guys to a game I've been working on called The Road. So, what's this game all about? Well, we're set in a post-apocalyptic world. We have survived for 10 years, but we're not going to make it much longer. So, we've heard about this place called The Sanctuary, and we are traveling to try to get there. The first thing you do is you select who you want to be. So we'll be the medic this time, and then you select your difficulty level. First time playing, I recommend cautious. I'll do resolute for the purpose of this game, and here I am, the medic, and like I gain one extra health when I am gathering health cards. So that's my special ability. So imagine this is a deck of cards. It starts with 30. I've drawn 5 of those and I've placed them along this track right here. Once I get through this deck 3 times, I win the game. However, along the way, I need to not starve, I need to not run out of health, I need to not go insane, and I need to not become a mutant. If any of these track reaches the bottom, that is bad news and the game is done. If I reach 0 here on the food, I just enter into a starvation mode, which basically means I'm losing strength and sanity every turn until I get some food. So, what happens is, on my turn, I'm simply going to pick one of these 5 cards, and it's going to give me the bonus. So, the chocolate bar gives me food and health. The face wrap is in armor that will absorb damage taken. It'll take a mutation instead of me having to move down. I could get a weapon, which gives me more strength if I happen to have a ranged weapon. Or I could get this health kit. So, what I'm thinking is, as great as that chocolate bar sounds, actually, it does sound pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and grab that chocolate bar. Now, what I lose is I lose a health, or I lose a food, I lose a health, and I have to draw 2 threat cards, which are bad things that are going to happen. Let's see what happens if I grab the chocolate bar. Okay, the first threat card I drew was an injury. I lose some health. And the second one was a brook. A nice babbling brook. No threats here, I just get to move on. Sometimes it's not so bad. Usually it's pretty bad. Now, what that has done is, as you can see here, I paid the food. I went up in food because I got the chocolate bar, and I went up in sanity as a part of that. So, yummy chocolate bar, feeling pretty good. Now, as you can see here, I can try to get this weapon. So let's get the weapon because that's going to increase my strength. All right, so first of all, threat card number 1. Threat card number 2 is a snake pit, and I lost. That's not good, and it means I take this mutation damage. The snake infected me. So I continue. Now, I can decide to fight this guy again, which I'm going to do. I'm basically going to roll a dice and hope that I roll higher than a 2 so I can win. So what will happen? I rolled a 3, 3 to 2. Phew, I got it. So that means I still get my shovel as a weapon. So I've got this weapon. So I'm more powerful in battle now. Basically, it adds 2 to my strength. My strength, by the way, how to calculate that is I take a look at the health track. This is my base strength 1. And then I look at where I'm at in the sanity track, and I see I got a plus 1 strength. So in the next battle, I will have 1 plus my 2 strength. So I'll have 4 strength in the next battle that I fight in. Plus, as you see, this one gets a bonus 1 strength in the nest. So if I fight a battle in the nest, I'll actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might not be what I want to do. I'm low on health. Is there anything that gives me health? Yeah, the bandage over here. So this bandage, I can just only draw 1 threat. We'll do that. Here we go. I'm fighting the fox. There's my 4. I win. I go up. All right, very good. So I'm just going to grab a few more cards, and then we'll stop back in a second. Okay, so I reached the end of the deck, and now I have arrived at the sprawl, the suburbs. And so I now select 6 cards as a special sprawl deck that I get, and these are cards that are going to be found in the sprawl. These are basically going to supplement the deck so the deck is different every time you go through it. So I'm just going to sort of select ones at random, basically. You'd put more thought in this than me. So now the deck is a little bit different. And now we'll go and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I got a mutation, and so I now get to choose one of these mutations. I can either get the Hive Mind, which gives me 3 strength in the hive, or I can get the Feral Instinct. When I defeat a monster, I get 2 food. So it's basically a way of getting food. I'm going to choose this one. This is because I reached this spot on the mutation track. Okay, now I've reached the hive. Can I survive longer in the hive? Okay, you'll notice down to the last turn, and I am almost all the way mutated, so if I get one mutation, I'm out. So, reduce the number of threats. What do I want to do? It doesn't matter. This one just is one food and one threat. And I won, and I made it by the skin of my teeth. Alright, there I'm at the sanctuary. Anyway, that's basically how the game goes. Again, I'm looking for people who'd be willing to play it and offer some feedback. Feel free to reach out. I'll actually probably put a little feedback button on the screen to fill out a form. So, anyway, thanks. See ya.